There we go. Hi, Liz. Good morning, Liz. Hey, Liz, we need our theraband and hand weights if you've got them handy. Okay, so we're going to start in a standing position, and just for the first minute, we're going to warm up all of our limbs. So start by just giving your arms a good shake. Just notice how your elbows, your wrists, your shoulders are feeling, and then take that shake and bring it down into your legs, and just do that hokey pokey, shake yourself around a little bit. Notice how everything's feeling this morning, and just kind of getting a little blood flow and a little energy down into our limbs. And then once you feel like you've got your arms and your legs good and shaken out, we're going to take it right into a bounce. So we're going to get those heels popping, get that nice little bounce of energy going on. So your limbs can be a little soft, legs can be a little soft, arms can be a little soft. So that bouncing sensation is coming into your arms and into your legs as well. We got 20 seconds left here. Just give it a good, vigorous bouncing, and then notice your energy level here. Because if you're feeling like this is already a lot for you, you might want to take everything we do from here a little bit slow and mindful. But if this is feeling good, we got 5 seconds left to really shake it up. And time, nicely done. Okay, let your feet come to a little stillness, and we're going to take it right into some arm pumps, and then we're going to sit into our butt just a little bit. So a little knee bend, and start to pump your arms like you're running with just the top half of your body. And then once you feel like you've got a good stationary position with the bottom half of your body, take it at a little bit of a faster pace. Engage your abdominal muscles just a little bit, so most of the work is coming out of your shoulders. So the torso stays pretty still, legs are stationary, and your arms are pumping. And then if it feels like it's too much, if you're already feeling like that is become too much, slow it down and almost make it like a slow motion. So you're working through the muscles rather than getting the heart pumping. But if it feels good to keep it going vigorous, really pump those arms. You got 30 seconds left. You got this. And then if you like, you want to play around just a little bit, you can do it in a couple of pumps, maybe count to 5 seconds, and then slow it down and do that slow motion just to feel those muscles. But we got 10 seconds left. And time, nicely done. Now we're going to take it into a little run in place. But if you feel like running in place is not for you, you're going to keep that pumping action with the arms and then pump your heels. So one heel and then the other. But if it feels good to do so, you're going to just take it into a light running in place. So there's just a tiny lift of the knees, feet barely coming off the ground, and a light pump in the arms. And now you'll start to notice your heart rate is probably coming up just a little bit. You'll notice you might need to deepen your breath a little bit. And then again, you're going to check in here with your energy level. So if this is too much, slow it down. Pump your knees, pump your arms, but make sure you're working on a level that's for you this morning. We got 15 seconds left. You got this. And time, nicely done. All right, we're going to take it right into some high knees. So we're just going to start to pick up our knees, get a little hinge from the hip. So we're working in that psoas muscle and that hip flexor muscle. And you're just going to give a little tap as you pick one knee up and then the other. And you don't have to go super fast if you don't want to here. Think of this as a little bit of a working recovery. But if you are loving that cardio and you want that bigger, vigorous movement, speed it up or even take it into a more running motion. But you're going to do the version that feels good to you. You're already halfway there, whichever one you choose. Ten seconds left. Your knees are going as high as feels right to you. So if your hip flexors are tight or if there's anything going on there, maybe a lower position is going to be the right way to go. Slow or fast, that's up to you, but that's time. Okay, give your legs a good shake out, And we're taking it into some squats with our arms pumping. So we're going to reach the arms up and overhead. And then as we sit back into our seat, our arms are going to come behind us. Reach up and then sit back into your seat. Once you've got that down, you're going to pick up the pace. Your arms are going to give you a little bit of momentum, but you're only going to go as fast as feels right to you. If your knees are feeling cranky about this position, you might have to readjust. So maybe you'll take a wider stance with your legs, a lighter position of your squat, whatever works best for you. Nice, you guys. And now you might really feel like your heart rate's coming up here. Notice your breath. If you can keep that breath coming in through your nose and out through your nose, you got 18 seconds left. Nice work. And time. Awesome job. Give everything a good shake out. And now we're going to start to work a little side to side action on our mat. So we're side stepping to one end and then side stepping to the other. Once you have your space marked out, you know where you're going, you've got clear vision, then you're going to take it into a little chase and a hop. So you're going to hop one foot across and the other foot is going to follow. If that energy is not there for you right now, back to that slow side stepping. But if it feels good, you're going to take it at a quicker pace. And then if it feels really great, when you come to the end of the mat, you're going to touch the ground and then over to the other end and touch the ground. You're already halfway there, whichever version you choose. Nice work, you guys. Beautiful. And time. Awesome job. Grab a pair of hand weights light if you've got them. All right, and now we're going to take it into a wider stance. So think kind of a sumo squat position with your feet, but we're going to let our feet pivot a little with us and use our hand weights to throw some uppercuts. So a nice little bend in the elbow, and you're going to throw it up to about chin height. Once you get to that chin height, you're going to freeze those muscles to get a little contraction right there at chin height, and then find a nice vigorous pace. Arms are pumping. We pause at that chin, and our feet move with us. Hips move a little bit too. Just an FYI, if you ever do need to do an actual uppercut, most of our power for us comes out of our hips. So we want to get those hips moving if ever needed. We got 20 seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Shake out your legs, shake out your arms. We're going to hang on to those weights, just loading them up at the shoulders. Sit into a squat position. And now we're going to step one foot back, pull it in, step the other foot back and pull it in. Holding that squatted position so we stay nice and low, loading those shoulders up with your weights, and just a nice little toe touch and bring it right back in. Beautiful. Keeping a nice good control to the upper body. Nice, you guys. Nice work. You got 12 seconds left. And time. Awesome job. Come on up. We're sticking with those weights, but now we're going to step our feet to about shoulder width distance apart. So we have a slightly wider stance. We're going to take our weights, place them on a shelf alongside of you, bring it up to center. As you straighten up, arms are going to come out away from the body. So think about putting something on a shelf and then in a high shelf, but you have to put it away from your body and then over to the other side. So we take it to the side shelf in our little squat, rise up, place it on that tall shelf in front, squat down, place it to the side, rise up and out in front of you. We got 1 minute on the clock. You're working at your pace. If you're using heavier weights, be super mindful in that high shelf position, just to make sure that you're working in a safe range of motion and at a safe weight that your shoulders can handle. Awesome. I decided last night I needed to get everybody ready for hoisting their big plates of turkey for Thanksgiving. So here you are, taking your big old turkey along with you and presenting it like the Lion King. And then I also decided that all my people in snowy areas need to keep their shoulders in good health, because it might be time soon to start shoveling our sidewalks. So there you have the real heart of our workout today, is staying in good condition to shovel snow and serve turkey at dinner. All right, that's time. Nicely done. Okay, now we're going to take it to the back of our mat and we're going to do a little walking drill. You're going to pick up one knee, rotate towards your standing leg, come back to center, step your foot forward, pick up your other knee, rotate towards your standing leg, back to center, step that foot forward, pick up your knee, and we're rotating towards the standing leg. So not the knee that's lifted, but the leg that's standing on the ground. It's going to challenge that knee. Once you get to the end of your mat, you're going to walk backwards, keeping those weights loaded up at your shoulders, working that proprioception, and then right back to it. Pick your knee up, twist, set it down, other knee, and twist. It's going to challenge your balance. It's going to challenge your standing leg. And then as you walk back, if you cannot look towards the back of you, find the end of your mat with a little proprioception. Where is your body connected to the space that you're working in? Beautiful work, you guys. Nicely done. And time. Awesome job. Stick with those weights, or if you're using heavy weights, for this one, you might opt to switch to lighter weights. We're going to take it into what I like to call our little Tai Chi Lunges. So step 1 foot back, 1 foot forward, and then it's going to be a fluid motion. So you're going to push forward, bend your front knee, lean back into your back leg, and pull the weights to your chest. Push forward, and then pull back. We're staying on this leg for 1 whole minute. So make sure you've got a good position, that your front knee feels good to be leaned into, and then you've got control as you lean into your back leg. Moving your arms just at a safe range of motion. So we're pushing out from the chest, and then almost like a row, we pull the weights back in and get it as fluid as you can. So no need to stop at any point. Once you get to that front end of that lunge, right away you come back. You're already halfway there. And time. Awesome job. Lower your arms, give everything a little shake out, but we got to do all of that to the other side. So when you feel like everything's good and shaken out, step your other foot forward, 1 foot back, load it up at the chest, and away we go. We lean in, bend that front knee, push out, lean back, and pull it. Nice. And then make it nice and fluid. So there's no stopping point. You just bring it forward, transfer your weight, and then right away pull it back in. Nice work, you guys. 20 seconds left. And time. Awesome job. Bring it in. Shake everything out. All right, now set one weight down. We're going to stick with one single hand weight and in a sideways hold. Feet are going to be about hip or shoulder width distance apart. We're going to do that bra circle. I like to call it the bra bulge circle. So we're working those back muscles. And then as you take it down, swing it to the hip and then swing it around the other way. So we circle around the head. And then as we sit down into a little seat, we bring it to the other hip. So we alternate sides, swinging it around the head as we rise up, into a little squat as we bring it to the hip, and then reverse directions. Nice. And allow this here too to be a nice fluid movement. So you don't have to stay stationary at any single point. The minute you hit that hip, right back around and over to the other side. Ten seconds left. Nice work, you guys. Beautiful. And time. Awesome job. Shake out your legs, grab your theraband, and we're going to take it back to the end of our mat. We're going to step on our theraband, and we're going to take it into our little monster walk or our zigzag walk. So take your theraband into a little U shape down on the ground, step your feet into that U, and then get a nice firm handhold. You can even wrap it around your hands. Start at the end of your mat. You're going to zigzag walk. So you're going to step to one side and let your other foot step in, step at an angle, and the other foot steps in. We want to control that movement. So we're not letting the theraband snap us into our step, but we're controlling with our muscles. So everything is smooth. And we step at an angle, and then you're working it right into the back end of your mat as well. So you just step back at an angle, step together, back at an angle, step together. Nice and controlled. Awesome. So you should feel that muscles working from the outsides of the thighs, maybe the inner thighs, and you might feel it in your gluteus medius as well. So those side butt muscles as well. So make sure it's a good controlled motion. Keep a nice little bend in your knees, and that might help you really find and activate those muscles. Pushing out with your thigh as you step, controlling with the inner thigh as you step in. And time. Awesome job. Step your feet out. And now we're going to come down onto the ground, but we're going to take our theraband with. So go ahead and take it with you down to the ground. And we're going to come down into a dead bug position, but we're going to use our theraband wrapped around our feet. So before you come onto your back, if it's easier to find your way there, loop your theraband around your feet and then lower yourself onto your back. Legs are going to come up into a tabletop position, and you're going to get a firm handhold of the theraband. So arms are going to stay nice and stationary, and we're just going to alternate pushing the heel forward and then bringing it back in. Arms are going to stay stable to create that resistance, and you're just pushing your heel out with as much control as you can. Yes, beautiful, you guys. Nice work. And then right back to that reverse tabletop position. So you pull that knee in with control. You're not going to let the theraband snap you back in, but you're going to bring it in with a little bit of resistance. Working a little bit of our grip here and a little bit of our chest muscles to keep that theraband nice and stable up at the top half of the body. Nice job, you guys. We got 13 seconds left. And time. Beautiful. Take that theraband off, set it off to the side. We're going to set our feet down into a bent knee position, and we're moving right into some Pilates hundreds. So we're going to stretch our arms down alongside the hips, palms facing down. We're going to reach through the fingers, curl up the head, neck, and chest. Keep that curled up position. And you're going to start to pump your arms. As you pump your arms, keeping that lift of the chest and the chin so the abdominal muscles are contracted, you're going to find a softness in your face and then controlling with the breath. So we're going to inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We keep the core engaged. We keep the chest and chin lifted and just pump those arms just as fast or slow as you can control. And you can find a steady breath. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got 20 seconds left. Check your abdominal muscles. Just make sure you didn't lose that lift of the chest and the chin. And time. Woo, go ahead and lower down. If you like, stretch your arms up and overhead and just take a nice big breath. And then we're going to roll over onto one side and work on some clams or some clam variations. So we're going to roll over onto the right side. And if you like, you can take a hand weight with you so you can load it up on your thigh. Come down into a leaning position that works for you. Elbows and forearms down, or more high kneel position, whatever is going to work. Not high kneel, but high supported head position. If you like, hand weight to the thigh. You're going to do a clam, a reverse clam, so the heel lifts and the knees stay together. And then you're going to do a lift, so the knee is going to lift away from the knee, lower it down, and then lift the knee up, push the heel out nice and long, bend, bring it back in. So all together, it's a clam, reverse clam, a lift, and a lift and push. And you can keep that weight on if that feels like the right way to go, or leave the weight off if it feels like it's too much. The hand is just holding the weight in place, but the leg is doing all of the heavy lifting. Clam, the foot stays together. Reverse clam, the knees stay together. On the lift, we just pull the entire inner thigh away from the bottom thigh, and then we lift up, push the heel out with control, pull it back in, and lower it down. Nice. And time. Awesome job. If you're using your weight, go ahead and set it off to the side. We're going to roll back onto our back and we're taking it right into some crunches. So with a bent knee position, hands behind the head, elbows are going to stay nice and wide. We're going to contract the abdominal muscles as we squeeze up and then release as we lower back down. If you like connecting the breath with your movement, you're going to exhale as you lift and inhale to release. And there's nothing fancy about this maneuver. All we do is contract the abdominal muscles and then release them with control. You're going to go as fast or as slow as you like, whatever works best for you and what you can control. And time. Awesome job. Lower down, release your head. And now we're going to take our clam over to the other side. So if you work the right side, now flip over onto your left. And I'm just going to spin around so I'm still facing out. So that bent knee position, whichever position with the upper body you like. You can maybe keep the elbow and forearm down, or you can come a little lower and support the head, whichever you like better. Load up that thigh if that feels good. So we keep the feet together, lift the knee, keep the knees together, lift the heel, lift everything away from that bottom leg, and then lift up and push out. You got it. Nice work. And time. Awesome job. Set your weight off to the side, and we're flipping back onto our back side and taking it into some hip bridges with the variation of the hollow belly if you like. So start by just walking your feet a little closer to your butt. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Without connecting the breath or anything like that, start with just a couple of hip bridges, lifting your hips up and lowering them down. See how that feels to you here. This might be enough, and you might stay here and do this work. If this feels great, but you want to do a little work for the pelvic floor, as you come up, you're going to take an inhale, hold up at the top. As you exhale, you're going to let go of all of your air, suck your belly in, hold that sucked in belly, release all the way down. And then as you touch down to the ground, inhale, inflate your belly. Exhale as you lift up, inhale at the top. Exhale, and at the end of your exhale, suck your belly in. Hold that sucked in belly and release down. If that's not working for you, just come back to that regular lift and lower. But if it feels good, lift up, inhale at the top. Exhale, let all that air go. Suck your belly in, hold that hollow sucked in belly, lower with control, inhale at the bottom. If you're working that breath, do one more time. Hold that sucked in belly, lower with control. And then right at the bottom, take a nice big inhale, let your belly inflate. And then we're going to walk the soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and to the right, right into some butterfly bridges. So we're going to keep the soles of the feet together, keep the legs in external rotation. You can bring your elbows down alongside your ribs. They're going to give you a little extra leverage. 30 seconds of work here. We just lift the butt up as far away from the floor as you can, lower it with control. As you lift, squeeze those glutes and release with control. If you want that extra bit of work, keeping the elbows off the ground, so you're finding all of that work coming out of your back side and no extra help from the elbows, keep your elbows lifted and engaged, or hold them out in front of you in a little hug a tree maneuver. But we're squeezing those glutes. 2 more to go. And then set your butt down, keep that butterfly position. And then now with your arms in front of your chest, if they weren't already there, we're going to take it into some crunches. So we're crunching the abdominal muscles and then releasing with control. Contract the abdominal muscles to lift and then lower back down. If you like connecting that breath, we're going to exhale on the effort, inhale to release. We got 20 seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Grab the outsides of your thighs. Help your legs come together. We're going to take the right leg across the left into a little figure 4, and just for a nice little stretch. So lift your left leg up, thread your hands through, grab the back of the thigh or the top of the shin, and then hug the legs into your comfort level. You should feel a little stretch to the outside of that right thigh, maybe down into your right glute or the outer edge of your right hip, just depending on where in your body you might feel a little different variations of this stretch. And then just hug it in so that you're still breathing comfortably. Shoulders can soften. One more breath. Awesome. And then release. Step your right foot off, take your left foot across, get yourself set up in that figure four. And then when it feels good, right leg lifts. We reach through. Maybe you catch the back of your thigh or the top of the shin, and then hug it in. Again, you're going to come to your comfort level. You'll hopefully feel a little sensation to the outside of the left thigh, down into the left glute, but make sure you're breathing comfortably. Your shoulders can stay soft down towards the ground. One more breath. Nice. And then slowly and mindfully release, stepping that left foot off. We're going to pull the right knee into your chest. Your left leg is going to go nice and long to the end of your mat. And you're going to take just the knee across the body. So not a supine twist, but we're just taking the knee across the body. And then hopefully finding a little sensation, maybe through the IT band, depending on how much tightness you feel in your IT band, and then maybe down into the gluteus medius. So you're just going to draw that knee across, keeping your hips as level as you can. Both shoulders are down on the ground. Take one more breath. Awesome. And then release, and we're going to switch sides. So right leg's going to go long, left knee is going to come up. And then we're taking just the knee across the body. So not supine twist. We're not going all the way over, but just drawing the knee across, but keeping your hips down on the ground and your shoulders are level. Awesome. When you're ready, pull that knee into your chest. Other knee comes in as well. So both knees come in for a little hug. And then we're going to find a little bit of rock and roll. We're going to catch as much momentum as we can and see if you can rock and roll your way all the way up to a standing position. And then once you've found your way up to a standing position, we're just going to step the feet nice and wide. Take a nice big breath, reach your arms up and overhead. With a little hinge from your hips, we're going to reach the arms long. Let your hands find the ground. If you need to, bend your knees so you're not yanking against the backs of your legs. Let your head soften. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. Walk over towards your right foot. Let your nose soften towards your knee. Come through center over to the other side and let your nose soften towards your knee. Beautiful. Bring it back to center. Bend your knees. Pull your abdominal muscles in. Roll up to a standing position. Toe heel your feet in. Give everything a good shake. You guys are amazing. Nice work today. I hope you're dripping with sweat as I am.